sucks cocks in hell.
Shit.
Suck on this.
Uh-oh.
For Scary Movie 2, the cast and crew pretty much all returned except for the main villain and two of the girls from the first film. They don't address how certain characters survive despite the fact you see them die, but I think it's kind of better this way. The film actually tries to have its own plot instead of ripping off the plots from two other movies. However, the plot is essentially a parody of The Haunting and Legend of Hell House. The film has the same style as the first film. It has the same random references and parodies, but done much more like a Seltzerberg movie. There are random parodies that come out of nowhere and have nothing to do with the film. Sometimes they're actually really funny, like the poltergeist scene, and sometimes they crash and burn, like the awkward Rocky scene. The film starts off with a parody of the famous exorcism scene from my favourite movie of all time, The Exorcist. You'd probably expect me to hate this scene, but honestly it isn't that bad. The jokes are really funny, but none of them feel right. The scene is really poorly structured. I don't dislike the scene because it's unfunny. I dislike the scene because it's poorly made. In this movie, a bunch of college students, including some of the stars from the first movie, are taken to a haunted house where they're being studied by Tim Curry and David Cross. The film is made up of jokes and references to haunted house and ghost movies. Similar to the first film, a lot of the jokes work and a lot crash and burn. However, with Scary Movie 2, much more crash and burn than they do work. In fact, a lot of the jokes are simply disgusting and awkward. When you're reviewing a comedy, really the main things you have to talk about is, was it funny? And if it wasn't, was it a well-made film? Sadly though, with Scary Movie 2, I'm extremely mixed between both of these categories. I love a lot of the jokes. In fact, there are many jokes in the movie that I laugh out loud at every time I watch them. However, there are tons of gross out gags, many of which don't really work. The jokes they copy from the original are done really poorly and end up being an insult to fans. As a film, it isn't really well made. The plot is almost non-existent and is only there to give some context to the jokes, which pretty much feel like they were cut out of an In Living Color Halloween special. However, I'd be lying if I said I hated the movie. I do enjoy it for what it is. However, I think it was definitely in the shadow of the original and couldn't have really done anything to save itself. But if you're looking for a cheap laugh, it's definitely a good film to watch. I give Scary Movie 2 a C+.